What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to the AXUMUS show. This is episode 103. My name is DVNB. And the last time we did the show for episode 102, let's do a little recap. What we talked about was how we ended up in Childress, Texas, how my pops got there, and what he started doing in Childress, Texas, and that was he purchased a old dilapidated motel property, a quote-unquote roach motel, and then, you know, we started life, the quote-unquote American dream. So let's get into that beginning of the American dream part now. It's a doozy. It's a rough one. It's a hard one. Ain't nothing about that American dream easy. Not one thing. So let's start it off. Okay, so it's a 20 room motel, roach motel. Very messed up, tore up. All the rooms was nasty. The bedspreads, it's just a piece of shit, pretty much. Okay. So what I saw my mom and dad and my brother do, my brother was 7 years older than me, so if I was around 2 years old, he was like around 9. So what I seen my mom and dad do and my brother do was a lot of hard work, hard labor. They would clean up all the rooms, they would do all the beds, they would clean all the sheets, they would clean all the bathrooms, clean all the toilets, vacuum all the floors, keep the outside property looking nice, picking up all the trash and all that stuff. And this is just something that they did at the very beginning to make it look good enough to, serve to other people and get money from them for it. And I just remember I used to play around the property a lot by myself because, we don't know anybody in that town. At that point, we don't have any other Indian people within the Childress community to congregate with, so it was pretty much us four living life on that property. And I'm sure you heard a lot of Indian people with the same story of living on a motel and how they grew up on a motel. And what my pops told me, the reason why he did it was just very logical, and it made a lot of sense. Like, if you're gonna have a business, you should figure out how to stay at that business, so then you cut out the cost of paying rent or have a mortgage or whatever when you're trying to quote unquote come up in life. So that's what a lot of Indians did, and that was just a trend of Indian immigrants in America to set up shop at a roach motel and work hard and trying to make something happen out their life, and which most of them did. It's a very inspiring story, and this is just like one subculture of America that has a story of coming from the bottom and making it out of the bottom. But back to our story. So I didn't start going to school till I was like four years old, pre-kindergarten. So between 2 and 4, I just remember always wanting to help my mom and dad and brother while they're doing rooms and stuff like that. While they're doing rooms and stuff like that. And, they'd give me the chance to help too. So, I'd get the little plastic cups, little bars of soap, and place them on the sink by the bathroom. And then they would make the beds and all that stuff, but I still try to help them by, flattening out the bedspread after they do it, just to feel like I'm part of the crew. And I don't know if you guys know what the word osmosis means, but just me being around my mom and dad and brother, it just instilled a lot of hard work in me and a DIY type of attitude and characteristic and personality within myself, which I still hold to this day. Like, I do a lot of things by myself. I'm gonna be 38 this year. I'm still single because I can do everything myself. I really don't need anybody's help to do anything. I really don't feel like there's a need for anyone in my life. I can do everything myself. And if I can't do it myself, that means that it shouldn't be done. And that's the attitude I grew up with. So, you know, that's just the attitude I have. I have to do it on my own. If I can't do it on my own, there's no point to do it. That's just what it is. So, okay, so let me get back into the hotel, not even the hotel, the motel life. So I've seen my dad, you know, serve customers at the front desk, and you know, that was an experience too, because obviously my dad has a heavy Indian accent. He could speak English, but because of the accent, there's issues with communication with the customers, because most of those customers are down south people. They got that Texas twang in them, and most likely they have that southern prejudice in them too. So when they pull up to the motel, I witnessed this myself. They pull up to the motel and they see the man, which is my father, standing at the front desk. They'll look through the window, then they'll pull off. You get what I'm saying? So they see the man that's gonna serve them, and they don't want to be a patron of that business because that person looks foreign to them, and they pull off. And I've witnessed this myself. My pops has walked into the parking lot and stopped that car from exiting the parking lot and having that person roll down their window. And my dad, with his heavy Indian accent, he'll ask him like, "Hey, you're here for a room, right?" And the Texan will be like, "Yeah." So my dad will be like, "Well, come into the front desk and I'll check you in. I'll let you come look at the room first too." So my dad was very, very bold with his approach to business, and also any inclination of prejudice or racism or bigotry. He didn't stand for it, and I still don't stand for it to this day. A lot of us don't stand for that. When I say a lot of us, I'm talking about children of immigrants. We don't stand for that prejudice. We don't stand for that racism. We don't stand for that bigotry. We don't stand for that hate. We'll call it out real quick like. So that was just one of the scenarios I've witnessed from my father, of how to stand up for yourself, how to have no fear in what you do, even if you're feeling like you're alone, you're in a foreign land. You act with no fear in life. And guess what? That customer that my pops stopped in the parking lot, they came in, they checked the room out, and they rented the room. So I'm sure when that customer left the next morning, they probably lived a little bit differently when it came to dealing with someone that didn't look like them. So that's where we're going to end it today. I appreciate you watching. Once again, this is the show named AXUMUS. My name's DVNB. Until next time, thank you so much for watching once again, and we'll see you soon. Peace.